Bare booty cheeks. That's
Bare booty
hilarious.
cheeks, like smooth.
Smack that ass. All right, you ready?
Let's go.
Sorry, I'm crazy. Don't
should
even
we,
I
mind
love
me.
it. I love it.
Welcome to the Invahument Company podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts for music enthusiasts.
What's happening, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
I'm Ashton,
And I'm KP.
and welcome to the Mixdown, where creatives sit down and just have an unscripted conversation. Might start off with one subject, but it's going to segue 100 ways from there. So this is exciting, and as you see, we have a very special guest with us. My homeboy, we go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
Yes,
Big Mar, Big Mar, Big Mar. Hey. Big Mar, Big Mar, Big Mar.
Hey.
So bassist, producer, arranger, writer, Mr. Marlo Scott. Give it up for him.
Hey, Marlo, what's going
Thank you.
on?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, world?
I think probably the first group was the Clark sisters for me with the Bringing It Back Home videotape that my father had me and my brothers watching every single
Fire.
day. And it was absolutely,
I know that tape frontwards and backwards.
Frontwards and backwards.
Yeah, then like with the special guest of France Allen on that song, Trust in Him, Him only. And I'm like, and obviously they didn't rehearse it because he had the lyric sheet in his hand, and you know, you would have thought that he sat with the song for about a month every day after, because he annihilated it, huh?
He did, and I know the whole story behind that because actually he's from Toledo, Ohio. Shout out 419.
You know
Rest
it.
in peace, Rant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like the story behind that, Chris Bird actually lives here. Chris Bird traveled with him throughout the whole time. And that day, they weren't going to do the song, and Maddie Moss Clark begged him to come and do the song that day. She called him, and he wasn't going to take any calls or do anything because he had a really busy, long day. And Dr. Maddie Moss Clark called and begged him to come up there, and he was actually almost late. Like, he literally got there, like, they had already started the intro and everything. And so when y'all see him hopping on stage, he literally had just got to Detroit to do it.
Oh my Lord.
That's fire.
Yeah, and killed.
Phew, yeah, that's
song, bro.
and
like,
that's why he's the GOAT.
When Twinkie slams that second sheet on the organ and just start laughing, that is like just such a pivotal part of that concert.
What that tape? What outfits were they wearing? Because once I hear the outfits,
they changed outfits, but that was blue. They were wearing the blue dresses.
The blue dresses. Okay.
And they changed to red.
And Dr. Maddie, she was in the back and directing
the choir and the
Michigan State Mass.
Yes,
Ooh, Michigan State is Michigan State.
Ooh, like you.
I mean, there is something. Yeah, there is something to be said because I know Twinkie. She did something with Florida and Florida A&M.
Yes.
Yes.
AME.
No.
Was it AME
okay.
or AM?
I think FAMU maybe. Florida A&M. I mean, I'll go back and I'll know for sure. I'll fact check it after this. But even more than that, you know, I guess as I said, you know, Marlo and I, we go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, growing up at Original Glorious Apostolic Church, 995 Foster Avenue.
Yes, sir.
And that church is very rich in musical tradition. Like,
tell him, Ashton. Give him a quick.
So before I was a member there, obviously, you know, the 70s and the 80s, you had one now Pastor Alvin Lindsay.
Yes, sir.
And then his then wife, Pastor Diane Lindsay, who are the proud parents of one GOAT producer, Aaron Lindsay.
GOAT.
And they were members of that church back in the 70s and the 80s, and it's funny because my dad often talks about the first time he went to that church with his mom and literally thought Pastor Alvin was Walter Hawkins because he dressed like him. He played the piano just like him. They sang "Changed" by Hawkins Love Alive. And he had
the hair like him, like the nice flowy hair and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
And so from that point on, he just kept in close contact with the Lindsay family, and obviously, my father and Aaron Lindsay became good friends. Another fun fact: Aaron Lindsay was actually a groomsman in my parents' wedding back in
Yes, he was.
1989.
Insert the photo. It's like
Yeah, right. Insert the photo. Yep. so it's all crazy. So I mean, but even after they left, it was my father who played drums, my uncle James Jones on keyboard, and then one bassist and actor now because he was on that St. Vincent St. Mary's biopic. Don
he
Hilliard
was
on bass. Yep, he sure was. He was. Yep. Yeah, he was in. Yeah, he was in the scene where LeBron was trying to plead his case to be eligible to rejoin the team. He was a part. He was a part of that. He was a part of that board of people. He was in that scene.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Shout out to Pastor Don Velius. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's so funny.
So I'll tell you one thing that I really didn't think about, but I think it is kind of strange and awkward, but very interesting. Don Velius, he is of another persuasion,
Caucasian.
as far as Caucasian, yes. But I mean, if you heard him play, you wouldn't know it because he was very like almost kind of like a cross of, well, at least to me, Anthony Jackson and
John Patitucci.
John Patitucci, and I was going to say Alfonso Slim Johnson as well. Just
yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I became very acquainted to gospel music, and I'm sure Marlo could say the same because my godmom Parlette Barnes was the choir director, and I kid you not, every single Wednesday in choir rehearsal absolutely floored me because they did 99 and a half, but. By Hezekiah Walker, and then Uncle James, he had the talk box and like Roger Troutman in them on that song. I'm like, man, what is going on here? And this was before I actually heard the record too. So like I thought, first of all, I thought that was an original song by AVOP. Like I didn't know any better because we didn't have the tape yet. We didn't have CDs. We didn't have the tape yet. So yeah, just hearing that, I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy.
And tell her and tell Kay, like the reason why we're as accomplished and great musicians like we are because the foundation coming up in that church and sitting on the front row every single Sunday since I'm gonna keep it a stack. Ashton's dad, who is a second father to me and who also helped raise me as a man growing up in the church and everything like that. He played those drum parts almost better than some of those drummers. I'm not gonna name some names because I don't want to throw shade on nobody, but when I say one of the GOATs in our area on drums, I mean I was a drummer growing up too, so like his impact was just everything to me and major. And Ashton, I don't know if he's been talked up yet as a drummer, but he's as great as he is because of that foundation as well. And we just, aside from our musical influences outside of church, we had examples every week, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, man, because a lot of people don't know this, but my dad wasn't really listening to gospel drummers anyway.
Nope.
Because Marlo, you've been to some, like we went to go see Dave Weckl in Clinic back in '95, and Dennis Chambers and all these Billy Cobham,
and Jumbo.
Yeah, these are drummers that played for Chick Corea and Parliament Funkadelic and
Cassiopeia, Japanese
Silver,
fusion.
Yeah. So everything outside of gospel, those weren't like Steve Gadd and Harvey Mason when he was with Herbie Hancock Headhunters. Like these are all my dad's influences on drums.
Billy Caliuta.
Yeah, Vinny. So so yeah, you did get that that kind of crossover appeal on drums because with Latin, because like Marlo, that beat that my father made for my mom. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. God, I remember that.
And I think from here we can actually go to the late '90s Kurt Franklin GP era. Are you with me? I remember the first time I heard that song. I was actually in Marlo. Your mom drove a Ford Expedition back in the day?
You know it. You know it, sir. You know it.
I mean, I forget where we were going. It was like a whole group of us youth, and the God's Property album. She played that on the.
So you might have been in the car. You might have been in the car when the first time we heard the God's Property album was the summer '97, and we was going. Well, first time I remember hearing any of those songs was it was actually Lori brought the tape to my mom's car. It's just crazy how I remember this stuff. And we used to go into the South Park, like Taste of South, or one of them like little festivals on the south side of Elyria. And I never forgot. I don't know if you was with us on that, or that it was another time when we had the CD. But shortly after that, we got the CD after she had brought the tape to us, and I was like, "Oh, this is killing," you know. But yeah, I mean, you guys are always with us, so I can't even really pinpoint what the time was. But yeah, when that thing hit the scene, man, when that God's Property album hit the scene, it swept through the nation like dust in the desert.
And
I got my first copy from the library.
Wow, that is old for real. Getting music from the library is old. Oh my God. Yeah. VHSs and music. Ooh, man.
Yep, got it from the library.
So, and if I could be honest with y'all, that album had me, especially Stump, had me feeling some type of way, man. I was kind of, as a purist, as a pure-hearted Christian at 7 years old, very offended at it.
Yeah, like
see that too.
Grieved in the spirit, at 7 years old. Huh?
I mean, because it was so different, especially from like the family stuff, like He's Able and What You're Looking For. Like that wasn't the same. That was like night and day to me. Like, I guess the presentation of it, I should say. Because it wasn't the family. It was a whole new group. And then, he definitely went in a whole new direction with that record, if you guys would agree with that.
And he said, if I'm not mistaken, in the interview, Kurt said that he had met them before he gave them the songs and started working on the album. He had met them, and they was kind of already doing this kind of real like contemporary urban thing, and that's what I love about the 90s, like especially the mid 90s. It was like it was cool to be in church. It was really cool to be in church. Like I looked up to a lot of teenagers and stuff as like a little kid. Like the 90s was the only era for real where you could literally have 90s YNs in church, like really a part of church for real, not being forced to go by the grandma and forced to sing in the choir and up there looking like they don't want to do it. No, these cats was literally YNs, like coming to church, you know what I'm saying? And then when they leave church, they doing YN activity of the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the decade that was like that, you know what I'm saying? Like to my knowledge, you probably always had heathens going to church, but like of all decades, but that was the one where you would be in church and you would be a YN, but you would actually be in church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, think about it. That was still an era where teenagers could be disciplined by somebody other than a parent, like literally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I'm not gonna go into any stories, but I've seen that firsthand. So, I mean, because of course, they had to they didn't have any choice but to participate in like the choirs and youth services, like the Just Jesus Posse, doing all the steps.
Oh my God. Oh my God, the Just Jesus Posse is crazy. Oh my Lord. Wow.
And then Keith presenting them.
I don't think I've ever seen this nigga laugh like this.
I love it.
We grew up around some characters. That's why, man.
We grew up around some characters. I could make a whole sitcom off of this type of stuff, man. It's just
the black church is the most hilarious church ever. So
exactly,
yes.
Ever.
And I'll say this:
it don't even matter what denomination. Like I know you say you're white Baptist, but is it black church? Is black church? The shenanigans.
All of it's funny.
And we're not even, Ashton, we're not even going to get into conventions and like Cleveland, Ohio, and having a convention center in the hood, an old theater from the 20s. That's a whole nother ball game too.
Yeah.
Okay, when we come see you, when we hang out, we got to tell you all these stories because you're going to really enjoy it for real.
Over a meal, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like niggas coming into the convention center in the hood, in East Cleveland, like coming into the convention center in this old building during a convention, and like drunks and stuff, like during shout music, like coming down to the front and twirling around. It was a big old aisle. It was just some craziness, man. It was crazy.
Black church is funny. Yep. Stories every church you go to.
And
it's just hilarious.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I know a lot of people, like a lot of especially I'll say this, a lot, especially in the in I guess Europe and Asian culture in church, you know, a lot of them romanticize the black church, and you know, you see all these choirs singing all these great songs from artists of that era, but one thing they don't realize that it was a brutal time for us. Definitely,
it was very brutal.
Very brutal for singers and musicians alike, because you singing the wrong note, they calling you out. You in a choir singing the wrong note, they going down the road. Some of the great choirs I done been in, they need to bring that back though, because people are getting off easy. Okay.
It don't even matter what church body, organization, denomination. One thing that was always the same is if you was around good musicians or good singers, and you wasn't good, they would tap you. They'd tap you on the shoulder, tell you get off the drums, young fella, get off the drums.
They was standing right there waiting for you to. I was about to say waiting for you.
No. Well, yeah, we talking about
so that they could correct you or get you off of there. Listen, they was waiting.
They think Kim Burrell is offensive sometimes. No. It was bad back in the day. It was like
absolutely bad, but great at the same time, because like you said, in the 90s, like we all wanted to be there. Like you didn't have to force us to be there. Churches were packed with young people.
Yep.
Babies all the way up.
Yep.
To the mothers.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, packed. It was no generational gaps.
Period.
In the 90s.
Period.
And
None.
and so my mind goes to like, okay, well, what changed per se? Is it the technology? Is it because I still feel like there was a lot of authenticity even in the 90s, right? Like you're figuring it out. New things are happening. Like you said, you got Kurt Franklin. It was like different waves of like new, right? Like things were genuine and authentic still. So is it the fact that people are now like, oh, like you could see that it's not as genuine as it should be?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
of that. Mixed with the technology, mixed with
it's a lot to unpack. There's a couple different things.
A lot to unpack.
So you could, I don't know what your history is of how you were raised, but I was raised partly with my grandmother, and a lot of people in back in the day and before us were raised with grandparents, and that's one thing that they didn't play around with. You come into church.
Right.
You're gonna be at church. Your mama out in the clubs and being a heathen and being a hoe and a slut and all this, and your dad out in the streets selling, no, you going to church. And guess what? The parents that was out there doing that stuff was going to agree with it. You going with your grandmother to church, and so that you had that, and that's kind of lost now because the grandparents are all young now.
I was just going to say, grandparents is 35.
Yeah, grandparents is 35, 40 years old, and so now them grandparents they not messing with church like that, and we're not even gonna get into the pandemic. After the pandemic, it really got bad. But before that, it was more so the generation, the era, and then with that was the evolution of these younger generations, which are just like, some of them don't even believe God is even real, to be honest with you.
But like too because like I know we talking about gospel music and all of that, but and being in the church, but it wasn't just choir rehearsal, band rehearsal, whatever. You was at Bible study, you was at Sunday school, you went to vacation Bible school, you were learning the Bible. Like you weren't just there for the singing and the playing. I don't know about y'all, but I was there when the church's doors was open.
So we were there. Ashley gave you the schedule of our church. Yeah.
And we were there, and Sunday all day. You had morning service, then you might have 2 afternoon services. It was just you lived and breathed the church, but you were getting taught the word. You were getting taught scripture, and you were learning the word, which is instilled in you. And I feel like that's too what's missing as well. Like,
so yeah, I will say we can definitely go that route, because Like I do have a quartet family, the Ballard brothers, and you know they're like this with the Williams brothers too. So we had all the Williams brothers.
Yeah, he used
records
to
as
tour
well.
on the circuit with all the quartet groups, Mighty Clouds and the Williams Brothers and all them.
And even Canton Spirituals too, because they invite Harvey Watkins and them like every 3 or 4 years. Rain to
Shout out to Harvey Watkins Jr. Oh, yeah. I love that man so much.
Oh yeah,
I love.
He's a character, man. He performed. Let me tell you. So Ballard Brothers, we opened up for the Canton Spirituals, and I got to tell you, like his stage presence.
Yes,
is unlike anybody else's.
Yes, he's the GOAT.
That's the quartet genre, though. Like quartet is performance. Quartet is a show. Quartet is entertainment too.
Oh yeah.
Like that's you take quartet and put them right in the bar scene. That's literally what it is. Like sure. That is what it was. Like you want to go hear a show, see a show, go to a quartet program back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, early 90s. You're not getting that nowhere else. Like you're not. And that's literally like some down south, hole in the wall type stuff. Like they brought that right from down there up here, and that's all that is.
And let's be real. We talk about like I just mentioned about how kids that grew up in church, let's say in the 80s, brought the artistry of R&B and soul of and shaped the 90s. Let's be real. Go back to the 50s. A lot of them major groups that became something in the 60s and 70s was starting out in them quartet groups and all that type of stuff in the 50s and all that stuff. You got David Ruffin, he was in the gospel group. You had Sam Cooke, he was in Soulsters. I'm just saying, like it's that evolution, So yeah.
And they brought that same emotion that they had in church to the stage. David Ruffin, all of them. That's the same stuff you see on a Sunday morning when they walk in them aisles, walking the song, doing the same thing on the stage in the secular field. It's all
that. Dennis Edwards, man, you could hear when he joined in '68. When he joined the Temptations, you hear that gospel influence. You hear that. That old, just like from your gut, like that. Wow. Like it was the most perfect replacement for a leader in a group, in a major group. Never again.
They always, I don't know how Otis did it. He literally was able to always replace each person with somebody that sounds just like him. He did the same thing with Paul, with Eddie. I was like, is this Eddie? No, Otis. Like, Otis was that nigga, okay? He was like, we gonna find another motherfucker that sound just like your ass.
He said, he gotta go. We got somebody waiting.
We got somebody waiting at the door, okay? Like, Otis was about his business. You hear? You listen to the record, you like,
he told his best friend, he said, you out the group, brother. You done. He told Al, he said, you gone. Yep. Al, you out of here, bro. We got David Ruffin.
Goodbye and good riddance. He was sitting at the bar sad, wasn't he? Otis did not play.
I can't die. He was sitting at the bar during my girl said no.
But he meant that. He said, ain't nobody bigger than the group, and he meant that for the rest of his life. Okay, one lead did not make that group, and that's why the Temptations still to this day are who they are.
Otis Williams, 80 years old, 80-year-old millionaire, still performing.
He's
still performing.
Is he 82, 81 now? 82? He's like 81 or 82, but like he's still performing, and they even got a young dude singing bass now that's like younger than us, like in his 20s, late 20s. Yeah.
So as you were, please continue.
Oh man. No, I mean, I just love it. I just love music. I love everything about music. Bread and butter is always going to be R&B, soul, gospel foundation, jazz fusion foundation, and all the things. That's what defines me.
Yeah.
As a creative musically.
We love that. Yes. And so you said the playlists be matching up, huh?
Yeah. I have a playlist. So I do Spotify. Like I have an iPhone, but I have a decade worth of playlist on Spotify. I'm not giving it up. So I got sick with Spotify, and I have it's called Good R&B Vibes. I got about like 7 people that saved it. And I never did it for people to like go find it. It's public, but it's for me as a producer to be able to stay on top of what guys or what creatives are doing out here, whether it's indie or most of the time that playlist is a lot of indie artists, because let's be honest, what major artists are left right now is a very, very conditioned, robotic, AI-esque way of music being released. And so for me, you find the best music, no matter what the genre is, with a genuine, pure soul, creative music soul. And that's usually through independent artists who's just doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Man, this would have been, we're going to have to go back into this because I literally just shared a reel with Modre. Did you see that Eric Bellinger just signed 2 AI artists?
No, what?
He just posted it like 2-3 hours ago. And he's trying to justify it, basically saying he wrote the song, produced the song, but he's just, just using a different voice or whatever. I'm like, Nick, that still is not...
Him and Timbaland is killing me right now.
And Timbaland gonna get on a post talk about some bingo. Like, sir, now cut it out. Like, cut it out.
At some point, listen. Somebody that has had to learn the hard knocks of the music industry for the past 15 years, I get it. I understand what they're trying to do. And it's not going to be just them. It's eventually going to be the songwriters and stuff like that who don't have an image and who don't have, a voice, but they have a pen or a musical concept. Shoot, I'm starting to dive into AI musically. But see, the thing is, it's a tool for me, and it should be a tool for everybody else. But when you just make it the thing, the AI artist is not a human. You can't go see that artist.
Right.
There's something about, yeah.
Yep.
You just said that, Ashley, in one of the episodes.
Yeah, I made a sarcastic joke talking about I can't wait to see that AI artist go on tour, which we all know that's not happening because.
So we're supposed to show up to the gig and it's going to be a big old screen and we're supposed to screen
holographics.
It's kind of really like annoying at this point. And I just read the one girl, I can't even remember what her name was, that created the one AI artist, the first AI artist to ever go on the Billboard chart.
Tanisha or something like that.
I'm like, man, listen, AI is there's no soul in AI.
No.
Okay, I'll really get really deep with y'all. I can't remember what song it is, but a Boyz II Men song with Wanye. You might know, Keisha. You might know. Ashton, you might know too. But there's a Boyz II Men song. It's one of the popular ones. I don't know if it's Bended Knee. One of them. When it gets to the vamp, and they told, I think Babyface or whatever had told whoever produced the record at the time told Wanye just to go off and just go for blood. Mm. He was cracking. He was he kind of was off tune a little bit when he was doing his runs, and they decided to keep it because there was an emotion behind it.
Right.
You're not gonna get that in AI. We're gonna tell the prompt. Give me some soul and emotion in the vamp of the song. Just give me some extra order. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. A machine is supposed to make perfection. You can't tell a machine to not be imperfect. It's not,
Yeah.
That's true.
Listen, I get it. We're hearing more and more stories. I know, what was it? 702. What was that song, that popular song they first came out with, but it's like a reel going around and she's saying Donnell Jones wrote and produced that song. It took her 3 days to record that because he was having her. And she was so irritated. She said she was young, but she was like, he was looking for something specific. It wasn't convincing enough. And by the 3rd day she had it or whatever. But that's the point. Like She needed to evict that emotion, that conviction in the song.
Yep.
And it's like, I still listen to that song to this day. So it's crazy. Like him saying that, I was so disappointed. I was like, not you, bro.
But you know what? So right now, and again, I do a lot of research and make sure I'm staying on top of what's really going on in this industry. But even Lizzo said it. I mean, the industry right now is completely a hot, you know what, mess right now in regards to just labels don't know what to do. People are just pointless at this point when it comes to a label because Lizzo said it. Lizzo said, you can literally be at home like we are right now and literally sit at home, sing a song that you wrote, make a track and record it, post it. That thing can go viral on TikTok. It's gonna be TikTok because that's what the hot commodity is right now to get things to go viral. Period. And you literally within 6 months could be at the Grammys. Mm-hmm. That's where we're at right now. You don't need no A&R. You don't need no team of people to come do this and to fine tune you. Now I believe in that because I believe that people should be molded and trained, but that's not happening anymore. A 16-year-old can literally produce an AI track and like piece it together, and now they could be nominated for a producer award. Like, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead, yeah.
Well, I will say, I mean, if there is any consolation, the trade-off of that is, like my father says, easy come, easy go. Like in 5 years, you're not going to hear from that artist again because they don't have the natural talent to actually the musical talent to do that. So I mean, I value longevity more than anything else with artists or groups. So, but that's just me. So
I do too. Absolutely. I do too. And that's why when we're talking about this AI stuff, like I said, to me it's a tool, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm as a producer, I'm getting into it. I'm getting into understanding what's going on. But for me, being so musical and being so musically inclined, music is everything to me. It's my life, and I approach it in a way where it's like if people are playing around with what I view as life, it just I can't take them serious. I can't take what's going on seriously. It's like nails on a chalkboard. No.
Yeah.
Yep.